popcorn. We are two niggas spoiling movies. Yeah. Brandon Collins, that's me, and Justin Brown for your movie needs. Medium popcorn. Woo! You haven't seen it, well, we're gonna spoil it. Spoil it in your face. That's your warning. So if you get pissed, it's all your fault. With great power comes great responsibility, including having to fight a nigga with 4 metal arms. I'm Eddie Collins.
Guys, this is Justin Brown.
And we at Medium Popcorn spoiling movies, but you already knew that because you heard that velvety, sweet, juicy-ass theme song.
Yeah, baby.
And we are spoiling, but not really, the 2004 action superhero film Spider-Man 2, directed by Sam Raimi, written by Alvin Sargent, starring Tobey Macquire, Kirsten Dunst, James Franco, Alfred Molina, Rosemary Harris, and Elizabeth Banks, and a bunch of other people.
Mm-hmm.
J.K. Simmons is back. All right now. This is considered one of the best superhero movies of all time. Yeah. And I remember seeing this in the movie theater. The fucking effects with Doc Ock are still like incredible. The fight scenes are like classic, right?
Yeah. Especially the train.
Yeah. But we kind of talked about
I think
this.
that's the best kind of like
Spider-Man
like fucking like action sequence. That train seems awesome. I mean, at the time I was in awe. We all were.
Yeah. But the number one thing, we hinted at this in Spider-Man 1. The number one thing in rewatching these Tobey Maguire movies is his faces are fucking crazy. Like when he's doing the web thing and all the pressure and like, she's trying to stop the train, the way that his face squeezes in, like, and obviously your face is going to distort when you're like at that kind of speed and pressure. And so he looked like a fucking mouse. He looked like it was crazy, dude. He looked, and then like on his cry faces, Tobey Maguire made some faces that are like, his Peter Parker's kind of crazy.
Tobey Maguire is the worst Peter Parker.
He is. After like reflecting on this, yeah. Like if we could have gotten Andrew Garfield.
I'm talking also the fucking. I'm talking about the cartoon series as well. Like he's the worst Peter Parker of them all.
Oh wow. I mean, I don't know. There's that one weird CGI Spider-Man that was kind of weird. I think Neil Patrick Harris voiced him. It was kind of odd.
Nigga, I'm pretty sure that he is the worst Peter Parker we've ever gotten. Like he's bad.
Good. He's compared to the other counterpart, like Andrew Garfield obviously is like really like very handsome and stuff like that. But dude, if we could have got Andrew Garfield in these movies, I think that could have been really special. Like it sucks because like Tom Holland's also really good, but he's had like a lot more to do in the bigger picture of the MCU. So it's like a little, it's almost different to me, right?
It's almost unfair.
Yeah, it sucks because this movie's still really, really good, right? Like it sets up a lot of things for the third one that kind of like go off the rails. But Alfred Molina is a great Doc Ock, very sympathetic with the whole wife stuff, the tragic there, the hubris of thinking like he is so smart he can control the power of the sun and stuff like that. And like we said, the train sequence, the bank sequence, even like there's so many awesome action scenes between Spider-Man and Doc Ock that it's like between this and like, the Willem Dafoe cameo, I was like, oh yeah, why wouldn't you bring them back? If you have the technology to de-age them and make it look good, it was like, why not bring them back? But that's also, we talked about this before we even saw No Way Home. We were like, that's why you have to bring in the other Spider-Man. Because Tom Holland can't even beat his own villains. So you can't bring the more formidable Tobey Maguire Spider-Man villains. You know what I mean? He's going to need some help. Yeah. Otherwise, we're going to see Tom Holland die. Die.
Also, I mean, like I don't know, because Vulture, that was good. Vulture was good.
Yeah, but Vulture fucked him up though.
Yeah, but I mean, fucking the Green Goblin fucked up Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's like they all get fucked up.
Yeah, but the difference is, well, also remember, Tom Holland's Spider-Man with the Vulture
Tracks younger.
Yeah, he's a lot younger. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I also think they went a little bit lighter on the blood and stuff like that in the Tom Holland ones.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
they
know,
did.
he
It's
gets
just
banged up
scrapes
and
and
stuff.
bruises.
Yeah, because this thing gets shot in the second one. I forgot. Like, we saw like Far Away From Home not too long ago. I forgot he
Yeah.
got shot in the gut by a drone. It just kind of walks it off. Spider-Man gets shot like several times by
Well, no,
these
and
drones.
Andrew Garfield, he gets shot in the leg
Yeah.
in the first
I mean,
one.
I haven't seen
The
I
Amazing
haven't seen those in a
Spider-Man.
long time. We're gonna rewatch them, obviously, as part of the
He
Spider-Man
gets shot by
series.
the police.
Yeah, yeah, man. Um, this movie is interesting because it's like all the good stuff from part one, like in the regards to the vibe, the cinematography, the score. I think Kirsten Dunst is way better in this. She actually has more to do.
Is she? Is
She's better
she?
in this. Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't think
she's a
so.
terrible,
So
I mean, so she's great as Mary Jane. Mary Jane is terrible. Mary Jane is a terrible actress.
actually,
Constantly
I would
messing up
say
on
the
Broadway.
opposite. I would say the opposite. Because for one, there are scenes where she's looking at Peter, like trying to kind of read him a little bit, and she looks like she wants to fight him. She's like, I was like, yo, what are you doing? Like, there was no better take. There was no better take of that. Her acting is like, pay attention to her.
Okay.
I mean, I guess is also, I think that she is like the worst, female plot device because that's all the women in the Spider-Man Road Gallery are. But they're just plot devices. They keep the story going. I think of the three that we've gotten, I think that she's the worst of them all.
Interesting. Okay. Okay. I mean, I think she's good in the role. And I'm not just saying that because, the third act she's wearing that dress where she's constantly wet and got some, I don't know, man. Young Kirsten Dunst was just that's a part of my canon.
Yeah, see, I don't get it.
I know you don't get it.
It does. She never did anything for me.
All right. I will say I hated the Bruce Campbell cameo as the theater usher when I first saw this movie. I thought it was so annoying. I thought it went on too long. Now I'm like, oh, it actually is kind of funny. It's kind of cute and funny. The bit that I liked when I was younger that I hate now is the elevator scene when he's talking like it's like that
Went
improvised, way too long.
Yeah,
like 7 seconds too long. Like it's like what the fuck was that? I was like, is that just for? Was that? Is Hal Sparks is the actor that's in the elevator with Peter? He's in Spider-Man costume because he's having like web blocks, and so like occasionally his powers go out on him. And
also, I do feel like we didn't necessarily need that in this film.
Need what?
The web block.
Well, it was a good thing for him to be like, I don't want to be Spider-Man. Like if I'm not able to do my powers, I'm not able to do the stuff that's actually hindering me. Because he's terrible at time and task management.
Yes,
he's absolutely bad at it.
But I think that we didn't necessarily need the web block as much as him just being like making the actual definitive choices. It's like, I'm not going to do this anymore because it's affecting my life negatively. I think that's far more powerful. But then like, the power is like, because he doesn't want to do it, the power is being taken away from him. That doesn't make any sense. If you think about it, it really doesn't make any sense. I wish they didn't do that and they just, stayed with him just like really making the conscious decisions. It's like, you know what? I need to focus on my life. I think that's far more powerful than all of a sudden, the fucking, the power that runs by just like, well, if you don't want me, I don't want you either, nigga. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, it didn't happen like that. And also like a fucking.
Yes, it did. He fell out of the fucking sky.
Into his head.
I mean, he fell out of the sky as he's swinging. Like, that's almost exactly how it happened.
Okay. I mean, if I'm starting to fall out the sky as Spider-Man, yeah, I'm gonna stop doing Spider-Man shit too. I'm gonna be like, man, I need to take a break. Also, everyone and their mother finds out that Peter Parker's Spider-Man in this movie.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
They just find out that there's some young nigga with blue eyes that's Spider-Man.
Well, true, yeah.
Because he also wears Peter Parker is a nobody.
Yeah. I mean, Tobey Macquire really makes Peter Parker seem like a fucking. Yeah, I actually wrote that on my notes because the Aunt May scenes are actually really powerful in this movie, especially like when she's doing the yard sale because she's selling the house and stuff like that. Well, She's like, "There's a hero in all of us," and she does these inspiring like monologues, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in my notes, Justin, I wrote down in a cruel alt universe. This whole monologue is Aunt May in her head projecting that her nephew is the neighborhood superhero Spider-Man instead of the drug addicted nephew who clearly is standing in front of her. Because that's the only dude. If Peter Parker was in your life, right, and he navigated the world the way that Aunt May, Mary Jane, and Harry see him, you would think, based on especially starting with movie 1, you would think Peter has a drug problem, right?
Yeah.
The
Even
way
from
he
the fact that
moves,
even the way he was scrapping with Flash to school.
I mean, dude,
That's crackhead.
everything is pointed to like some heavy drug use, and like he's in deep denial about it. He's getting fired from being like a fucking delivery boy for Joe's Pizza. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not doing well, Aunt May. And then he's just taking pictures of Spider-Man. It's like clearly Spider-Man's his dealer. Like there's some problems happening, and no one's addressing. So Aunt May's just like, he's Spider-Man. He's Spider-Man. That's the reason why he abandoned me at the bank. He's Spider-Man. He has to be. Like, you know what I mean? In a Bato world, she's just like excusing all his behavior. Like he's Spider-Man.
He has to be Spider-Man. Also, can we just ask? I need to ask the question: how old was Peter Parker's fucking parents that Aunt May is decrepit?
When we watched it, she's like, "Why is his aunt so old? How old are his parents?"
Yeah, it's just like, was the aunt like the oldest sister, and like, he was, his parents were like the youngest of the bunch, because like they are way too old. She is way too old for this shit.
Yeah, it's funny because the Aunt Mays actually get younger throughout the movies. Like the Andrew Garfield ones, it's Sally Field, and then the newer ones obviously we got Marissa Tomei, which that's my aunt, and that's my aunt. I got fucking shoot niggas away. I got to use my weapon shooting those. Be like, no one's getting my aunt's pussy. No one.
Until Happy comes along and he starts fucking
the one dude he didn't
laying
suspect,
that wood.
He would never see coming. He would never see coming. Be like, oh,
he was thinking
you
Tony
can
Stark.
Happy Aunt May. He gonna just drive you around. Little did he know.
He was driving all right.
Mm-hmm.
He was driving all right.
There's a reason why Jon Favreau's character, like, Happy was crying when she broke up with him. I'd be crying too.
Yep.
What did I do? Baby, come back. To the point though about, what you mentioned about Mary Jane and stuff like that. Mary Jane it doesn't seem like she has a dynamic personality. Like, yeah, she's pretty and stuff like that, but like in this world, like what is Mary Jane and J. Jonah Jameson's son, who's an astronaut, what do they talk about? You know what I mean? Because the one scene we have with them, she's reenacting her makeout moment with Spider-Man in the rain, and he's like, "Oh, I'm in outer space, baby. Are you there with me?" And she's just like,
I'm on the moon again.
And she's just disappointed. I was like, "Oh man, if that's indicative of their intimacy, their sex life must be trash."
Yeah,
he's like, he nutted. He's like, "Baby, it was so good, right? It was so good." She's like, "You weren't even inside me. Like, what the fuck just happened?"
That's my belly button.
Because he basically has an orgasm with that kiss.
Yeah, he's like, oh. You're like, I'm around in Venus right now, honey. It's like weird. It's so weird.
There are some weird moments. I mean, Sam Raimi's kind of a creep, right?
I mean,
he has moments with like big titty blonde chicks are just screaming at the screen. You got Joy Bryant randomly having that moment where she's just like looking all sexy and shit. She's like, "It's a spider web." Just like, I see you, Sam. I see you just like, hey, who are the hot chicks on set today?
Well, but that's the thing, that like there are moments where they just flash to some hot girl. It's just like, what? It just goes away. It's like Aunt May when she gets put down and then she's just like, surrounded by like about like 6 hot girls. I'm just like, what the hell's happening right now?
Yeah, it's very odd. It's very odd.
And it pops up in these weird places, and it's off-putting. It's off-putting. That's what it is. It's not
always off-putting. I mean,
no, it is, because it's just the fact it's like you can see what he's doing, and you can see it very clearly, and it's just like You
He
gotta
likes
you gotta
attractive
do
women, you know, like he cast
so. Yeah,
Donna Murphy as Octavius's wife, and I was like, damn, Otto, okay, there you go.
yeah, but Brandon, like that's different from your casting, like a character, and
Mm.
you have to attract people. He just zooms in on hot extras and things like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's just you gotta kind of like not be that guy. And it's like it seemed like, especially in superhero movies, all these directors were being that guy.
Oh yeah, I mean Joss Whedon notoriously like I
Yeah.
remember when we first saw Justice League. You know, this is right after Wonder Woman 1, right? Like very
Hmm.
empowering movie. I remember seeing that opening weekend, like by Tati and her org that she was working with at the time. They organized like a all girls screening and stuff like that. It was great. It was great, right? The Josh Whedon version of Justice League, she slides because it's like she's foiling like a bank robbery or something at the Capitol,
Yeah.
and she slides across the room. It's a slow mo ass shot. I was like,
Hmm.
oh, that's Josh.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey, we had none of that in the Wonder Woman, which was directed by a woman. But let me give you the goods." Like, mm-mm. And I was like, "Nope." Even as a dude, it's like I think Gal Gadot is incredibly attractive. Like, when I saw that, I was like, "That's dude. Come on,
Yeah.
man. You're
Well,
fucking up
because
the meaning of this character. Come on, man."
because he's also like you're bringing you're diluting that character
Yeah,
down to just a visual
it's
spectacle.
it's like if a white dude like was able to like like obviously the Russo brothers directed Chadwick as T'Challa, but like if
Mm.
like let's say they just gave it to like Peter Farley, Black Panther 3, and then it opens with T'Challa having fucking fried chicken as a meal. You know what I mean? It's like insane. Like, what are you doing?
Wakanda forever.
Oh, no. You know, there's definitely a place in the hood somewhere where they're doing Wakanda wings. You know, there's definitely a spot.
Oh, of course.
And you do like Wakanda forever when you serve the wings and shit. You know, there's a place. I'm not saying it's down south, but it's probably down south where they do that shit.
Listen,
It's probably in
let them
Oakland,
live,
actually.
huh?
It's probably in Oakland, actually.
It could be, could be.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can see it.
Okay. This movie is incredibly rewatchable because, like we talked about, the action scenes are great. I think the dramatic scenes are great. Even though I forgot how much Harry punks out Peter at that fucking engagement party or event, whatever Jay Jonasson was having, in celebration of
Mm.
his son. When he's slapping Peter, like, oh, you cover for your boy Spiderman, slap. I'm your brother, right? Slap. I was like, God damn.
And Peter's just taking it.
Peter
He's just
taking it, dude.
Harry,
You know what?
please stop.
You know what though? You know what though? We're gonna talk about Spider-Man 3 when we review it, obviously.
God,
Now I'm kind of
no.
like, oh, that's why Peter went so hard to paint against Harry, but he finally fucks him up. Because you know the fight I'm talking about, right? In 3,
Yeah.
when he
Yeah.
fucks Harry up, I was like, oh, that's where this is coming from. Like
Yeah.
I'm not remembering. I'm like, oh, he tagged you back. He got you back for that shit.
It's like, Harry, I'm gonna get my get back. You know this, right? I'm gonna get you back.
Like, you know I'm gonna fuck you up in your own house, right?
You know I'm fucking Spider-Man, right? You know I'm fucking Spider-Man, right?
I mean, that was a great reveal when he takes off the mask. And this is after Harry's been so obsessed with Spider-Man. And even after like he saves him from like the Octavius explosion and stuff like that, he's like,
And now, mind you, this is 2 years after the first movie. So Norman Osborn has been dead for the last 2 years.
And he's like, he insulted me by touching me and stuff like that. It's like, but then when he takes off the mask and it's revealed to be Peter Parker, he's like, Pete, you killed my father. And then Peter and Spider-Man's like, there are bigger things at play than you and me, Harry. Nigga, just say, no, I didn't kill your dad. This is what happened. It takes 10 seconds and it can clear up so much.
Exactly. He's like, hey, your dad is dead. I did it. But
he basically says that.
Yeah, he does.
His response is kind of like, hey, man, it is what it is. Like, no, just be like, all right, enough bullshit. This is what happened. Your dad tried to kill me. I spun up. He impaled himself. He said, don't tell Harry. And he died. That's it.
I'm telling you now because I can't, because his wishes are impeding my life.
Well, that's
like, that's why I can't be around you anymore.
Well, that's
I
what's
feel
so
guilty.
Yeah, but that's what's so crazy about part 3, because then it's like this old nigga butler that's like, hey, Mr. Osborn, that's actually what happened. Like, Peter could have addressed this so quickly and just like been like, you can choose to believe me or not. I gotta go save Mary Jane. That's it. That's all he had to do. It was
all he had
insane.
to do, or even it was like, hey, there are bigger things at stake right now. Where's fucking, where is he taking Mary Jane? Da da da. He's just like, whatever, she's here. And then on his way out, it's like, I didn't kill your dad.
Yeah.
I didn't kill your dad. It's like, I will come in, I will talk to you about it, but I did not kill your dad. I'll tell you what really happened. Boom, I'm out the door.
And it still make the Willem Dafoe cameo work, because then you could do like, it literally actually would have made the storyline better and avoid that crazy butler terrible monologue scene in part 3 if like the vision of like Norman Osborn's like, he's like, yeah, okay, I did that because he was trying to destroy our legacy. He was just trying to destroy our family. I did what I had to do. I failed. Now you pick up where I fucking left off at. Avenge me. Like, that scene still works, even with that clarification, and it actually makes it more powerful, because that means Harry is voluntarily doing the things in Spider-Man 3.
Exactly.
Knowing everything, knowing the truth, and still deciding, like, I'm still going to avenge my father because that's the Osborn way, like blood over a friendship. Like, it's way more powerful than everything they did in Spider-Man 3 with this.
Well, I think the big thing that bothers me about like movies like in this time frame, they went for the low hanging fruit every single time. It's like, he didn't know, he was kind of as opposed to making people make conscious decisions on what they're going to do and owning that shit. Because I guess they try to make everyone have a redemption arc. Like, you can still make a bad decision and have a redemption arc beyond that. You know what I'm saying? You can actively do something wrong and be like, all right, I'm going to atone for it. I think that's what makes the characters better. But the big thing that we see in a lot of these superhero movies, or just movies altogether, especially in this time frame, is like there's some thing that some misconception or whatever, or misinterpretation that led them down a path, which then has to be cleared up for them to be redeemed. It's like they feel like the audience would never stand behind somebody who did something wrong. It's like, that's not the way life works.
Nope.
That was kind of like one of my biggest things with this movie and a lot of others at the time. But again, that was a trope that was happening in all of these films at the time.
100%. Yeah. It's just frustrating because, like, it actually, knowing when we know comes after this, it actually ruins it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think James Franco and Tobey Maguire fortunately had enough chemistry to have made that confession scene work. And like, you leave it up to James Franco's and his ability to like show a conflicted Harry. Yeah. I think that could have worked. That still could have worked. But it is what it is. I still, like I said, I still really enjoy watching this movie. It's like 2 hours and 10 minutes, and it went by quickly. Like, even the scenes, like I said, that they're like a little bit slower with Aunt May and stuff like that, I think they still works for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only scene that really doesn't work still, that I like visually looks amazing, which is the car crashing through the cafe that Mary Jane and Peter are at.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Stuff. Great scene. You had the horror, like, zoom ins and like Doc Ock's legs and stuff like that. I remember that was like an opening scene in one of the first trailers. I remember like, holy shit, that looks good. Like, how they did the Doc Ock legs is incredible. Yeah. But I was like, at this point, Doc Ock doesn't know that Peter is Spider-Man, right? He's trying to find Peter to find Spider-Man to get to Harry so he can get the Trinium or whatever to rebuild this machine, right? Like, how did he know Peter was going to survive that car being whipped at him at full speed?
Right.
Like you could have easily killed Peter, Mary Jane.
There's your lead, nigga. There's your lead.
I was like, oh, he's not thinking straight. That's insane.
He just threw a car through a fucking window.
I will say, okay, when obviously the explosion, stuff like that, when the arms are seared into Doc Ock and you have that whole like evening, the classic scene with the doctors trying to cut them arms off, that is like superhero horror movie classic. That's a classic moment. And it still holds up very fucking well. I'm surprised.
The only one, the thing that I didn't like was the Asian doctor being dragged into the shadows and her nails scratching into the floor. I was just like, that doesn't track for me. It's just like, because also like your nails don't claw into fucking metal. This is a metal fucking like what's happening here? But I mean, but that was a really great scene. And so again, I watched this film with the kids, and like that's the one scene that I was worried about Jackson watching. I was just like, this may be a little bit too much for him, but he actually he was actually good with it.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I mean, it is a very violent scene. There's not blood shown, but it's just a very terrifying scene.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I mean, and it also sets up that Doc Ock is a fucking problem.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, as much
he
as
was
I love
asleep doing that shit too.
Yeah, as much as I love Spider-Man 2, the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I really enjoy it. I still play it. I'm like always swinging around stuff. Spider-Man 1, that final Doc Ock fight is amazing on the Osborn Tower. I think it's one of the coolest finale fights ever, dude. Because the Venom one's so hard. The Venom one's really fucking hard. Like whereas the Doc Ock one was hard, but it was like it felt like you were in a movie fighting Doc Ock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Venom one's like got like a bunch of different levels, and like it's just for me, it was just anxiety inducing. Like I didn't have fun at all fighting Venom. Fighting Doc Ock was visually like awesome. I'm like, I'm like, this is like the finale of a fucking movie. You know what I mean? I got the black suit on and shit. Yeah, I don't, folks. If you play Spider-Man 2, you know what I'm talking about. Because that Venom fight, that was literally a fight for survival. Like the Doc Ock one, you're like, I could take him, I could beat this guy. But the Venom one, you're like, Jesus Christ, I got a symbiote. I'm still getting my ass.
Help!
I really want to say help me, please. You can't even tap in Miles for that fight. You're just you're just getting your ass whooped.
And Miles gives you everything you need to beat that nigga at that point.
Oh, that was a hard fight too. Actually, spoiler alert, everybody. The Miles versus Peter Parker fight. That's a hard one too.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's a few like that's the thing too. Spider-Man 2 was like hard in like a way where it wasn't as fun as the first one. The first one you're fighting the Sinister Six, and that shit was fun as hell, right? But then the second one, it felt like I was fighting like a lot of boss fights, especially when Mary Jane becomes Shriek or whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
you got to fight. You know, as Miles, you got to fight Peter. Something. It felt like all those fights were the Deathstroke fight in Batman Origins or Arkham Origins.
And that was the worst fucking thing ever. And that was the first fucking fight you had in the game.
I still hate that. Well, I've never played that game again because of that fight. And that's insanely hard for no reason.
It was.
I've watched videos of people fight. They're like, you have to. Sorry, folks. I don't mean to go on this tangent, but Arkham Origins, that has it's so frustrating. I like hated the rest of the game. Yeah. I couldn't tell you if it's a good game because I just hated. I think it took me 2 weeks to beat him.
Well, it was one of those things where after that fight, you were just afraid that it was going to get worse. But that was the hardest fight in the game.
Yeah. You had no idea, but
by far,
so hard. Yeah.
Because then I remember when you fighting Bane, I was like, "Fuck, this Bane fight." No, Bane was right before it, right? No, yeah, because you beat Bane and then you fight Deathstroke.
I think it was Bane because in the earlier Arkham games, I think it's Croc you're fighting. So yeah, I think it's Bane.
So it's like it's Bane, and then you immediately fight Deathstroke, and then I remember it's just like, if this is what the fucking like the bosses are like, this is gonna be horrible. And every other fight was just like, oh, this isn't bad. This isn't bad. Yeah, it was very off-putting.
Yeah. Did you ever play any of the video games that came out around this time of Spider-Man? What would have been out by now? Like PlayStation 2 or something like that?
Yeah, PlayStation 2. I did play. No, he wasn't. These were just Sony properties.
Okay, yeah.
So they were just on PlayStation. I did play the Spider-Man, and those games were fucking awesome too. Like they weren't as great as what we have now.
Yeah,
but you know, they were fun to play for sure.
Okay, yeah, I never played them.
No, they were fun, but it was closer to what you see in like the web slinging and like the tactical stuff for calling, webbing people up. It was more of that and like less of like the dope cut scenes and whatnot with the bosses.
Yeah. Okay. Now, obviously there was a joke in No Way Home about Tobey Macquire, his Peter Parker's webbing and stuff like that. We do not get clarification at all on how that webbing works. He's just like trying to shoot his webs and he's just looking at his wrist like, huh. I'm like, internally, does he feel he's out of webbing? You know what I mean? Or like he has a web block, like it's congested or like constipated. Like I was just curious. Like I'm like, how much webbing does he have inside his body? Like, how does this work? You know what I mean? I mean, that's Spider-Man in
Also,
general.
let's say he did get with Mary Jane, right? Or the girl that lives across the hallway, right?
Yeah, who
And he's getting it in, right? Isn't she gonna see this little web patch on his fucking wrist? Couldn't anybody see that web patch on his wrist? Wouldn't that be a dead giveaway, or just this weird thing? There's just like, hey, there's a spider fucking like you would actually think there's spider eggs on your wrists.
mm,
So it's a very weird thing. A very weird thing.
that's a good point, actually. That is a good point. Yeah, he can't really. Yeah, they don't explain it. I mean, obviously they're not
It's
thinking
wearing
that
long
deep.
sleeves forever.
You know, they're not going to think that deeply into it. They're not going to show any Peter Parker love scenes or anything like that. But I wager at this point, Peter Parker's still a virgin.
Yeah. That's why
Right?
that black cat was fucking his shit apart. That's tearing his shit up.
Oh yeah, Black Cat. Man, I mean, I know there's like some casting rumors that like maybe Sydney Sweeney would play Black Cat. I'm like, that's like the most obvious pick, but like it wouldn't work. Yeah, Black Cat just never worked for me because I'm like, Spider-Man just could be fucking her all the time. I'm like, have you seen Black Cat? Like, Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
dude, have you seen the new iteration of Catwoman? She's like half black, half Brazilian or some shit.
No. Send it to me.
I will. I will send it to you. Okay, Peter Parker is also a terrible photographer because at that event that J. Jonah Jameson hires him for, right? Like first, that's in celebration of his son. At first, he doesn't even have the cap off, so he misses the opportunity to take a photo of one couple. One time, the flash is on. Another few times, the flash is off. I'm like, bro, what's going on? Do you not know what you're doing?
That's why he get fired all the time.
That's why he get fired all the time. He can't pay the rent.
Yeah.
Got the nigga chasing him outside the bathroom and stuff.
Listen, man. After watching this movie, it almost convinces me that I could be a better Spider-Man than Peter Parker. It's just like, listen, my time management and just overall just being stressed in was like, I do more shit than this motherfucker. Obviously, I'm not fucking fighting crime, but like, come on now.
Oh yeah, my spider sense would be way more on point. This nigga needs to have like the car literally used to be at his face for him to be like, oh, a car's coming. Like, you know what I mean? Like the only time the spider sense actually comes in play is when he realizes that the track runs out, but also visually he could just see that. Which is instead they had this train that the track just runs out. I'm like, this isn't Astoria Boulevard. Like, what are you doing?
End of the line. Like, what kind of bullshit is this?
And like the track, ends out onto the street that seems like it's the West Side Highway. Oh, but that's an absolutely terrible spot for this because the train just shoots out and like hits all this traffic, goes in the ocean. Like, what the fuck?
Nuts, fucking nuts.
It's so insane.
Whose New York City is this?
Yeah. Also, I mean, when he's like dropping on the track, trying to stop it with his legs, I was like, his legs are broken, right? Like, there's nothing that Peter Parker's ever done as Spider-Man that's tested this ability yet. You know what I mean? Like,
also doing that would have derailed the train.
Yeah, it would have probably like smashed like the legs, get off the tracks and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, so much of what they're doing. I mean, the fight alone,
everyone is dead.
The fight alone between Doc Ock and Spider-Man on the train, like, and also I love when Spider-Man gets fucked up. You know, like they show him like Doc Ock was a problem, man.
He was like, what?
He's throwing him through glass. He's throwing him through buildings and shit.
No, but all right, we need to go back to this. When they bring him his mask, when those kids bring him the mask, it's like, we found something. We won't say anything. We'll never tell. I was kind of just like, well, what the fuck are you going to tell? You'll know who the fuck I am. I think that scene would have made more sense if like he was actually his landlord. Like his landlord, he'd been like, I understand why you're late now. It's just like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then him saying, I'll never tell, because it's just like somebody who doesn't like him. And it's just like, he makes a turn, but that would also be the reason why Peter's just like, oh shit, like, yeah, this is very powerful, and what I'm doing does mean a lot to people. I think it should have been the landlord. At least the landlord on that train at some point. Also, it kind of killed me that Joey Diaz was one of the first people.
That scene made me laugh though, because he's like, "You gotta go through all of us," and they all stand up, and Doc Ock's like, "Okay."
Boom. Anyhow,
I love this character. Like, even though I will say Doc Ock does escalate very quickly from like, arrogant scientist to like armed robbery and attempted murder. Like but he's also going
that's
crazy.
because the things are fucking controlling him, and he doesn't have control.
He's fucking nuts,
and all it takes is a nice electrocution to give him back a little bit more of it.
But yeah, man, he was fucking Peter up with those arms. He knocks him out, drags him to Harry's and shit like that. I was like, damn, like. I was like, well, who gonna stop him? I mean, this dude is so determined. He never gets a T-shirt to put over the arms. He's got his man boobs out and everything with a fucking trench coat. In any other world, he's on a list. He can't be within 15 yards of a school. But in this world, with those 4 arms, he's just wrecking shit at a fucking dock. An abandoned dock. He's just over here making the fucking orb to the world or something.
And it also seemed like that place was the same place where that dude ran after he shot Uncle Ben. I know it's not.
No, it's the lab. It's the fallen lab, right?
Yeah, the lab. But it seems like it's the same docks that the guy who killed Uncle Ben ran into, in the first movie.
Yeah. Going back to the train scene real quick. One, there was a cut where I could see the stunt double on the train, which is, it is what it is. But Tatiana said that he would definitely have a hernia and a hemorrhoid based on the faces he's making trying to stop that train.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. His dick, his whole asshole's falling out. Trying to do that bullshit.
Just blowing out his asshole.
No, he definitely shit himself. They're like, what's that smell? It's my Spidey shit. Shell shock.
That's so funny. Also, against his Spidey sense, when he's on his way to finally see Mary Jane's play, he doesn't sense that this car's about to fucking run him over in a car chase.
Well, he did last minute though.
Yeah, and then he flipped, and that one kid was like, "How'd you do that?" He's like, "Oh, I eat my greens and I get exercise." Like, my mom always says to do that, but I never believed her. I was like, okay, there's like moments like that are like making it that I'm like, oh, this is what Spider-Verse pays homage to in like their own unique way, with like the random commentary in New York or something. Like, okay, I appreciate that. Like Donald Rawlings at the beginning when he's doing the pizza, he's like, he stole that guy's pizzas. Like, yeah, that's because I don't think enough people pay attention. And I think it's funny to like what Spider-Man does and who he carries away. Like, there's multiple times when he's carrying away Mary Jane, I'd be like, Spider-Man going to fuck that chick, right? Like, why does he keep taking that one chick?
Also, do you notice that the only people who notice Spider-Man doing some wild shit are black people? Because we're the only ones who are fucking
paying attention. This is on the up and up.
What's this nigga doing?
Yeah, we gotta make sure we gotta pay attention. Because all it takes is for him to have one bad night swinging through the hood, snatching up brown babies and shit.
And next thing you know, he's Batman. So, if you found a bunch of pizzas sitting on your fucking,
ledge,
ledge,
rooftop or something,
it's 60 stories up, are you just gonna go and start grabbing and eating pizza?
Yeah, that's
not
wild.
Me.
Nah.
No.
Especially piled up like that. First of all, Joe's Pizza's business model is terrible. I mean, I get the 30 minutes or it's free. It's New York City, but with that many pizzas, no, like you're guaranteed to pay something. I'm not making
and also
2 dozen
it's just
pizzas.
Like he got there in like 7. He like, you have 7 minutes. It's like, nigga, just pay it because there's no way he could get there in 7 minutes.
Oh yeah, and that's with him swinging and shit.
Yeah, there's zero chance of this happening.
Yeah, that's crazy. But also, it's like, well, were they waiting for Parker to get there to deliver the pizzas? That's the whole thing, right? They were running behind because okay.
But either way, like that's it's a terrible business model.
It is. It is. You need to have multiple delivery men. available. You can't just rely on one guy at that point. But also, again, Peter, it's so weird that Peter Parker never figured out a way to. I mean, I'd be curious. Maybe I should read the comics now to see if how they incorporate technology. Like, does Peter Parker do like Uber deliveries or something on the side? You know what I mean? Like, is it easier for him to navigate the world and balance being Peter Parker and Spider-Man, like professionally? Because in this movie, I'm just kind of like, okay, like he should be able to make some of this shit work, but he's late to everything. It's like, all right, it's New York, like there's crime everywhere, right? But at the same point, like you do have to take care of yourself. Like you can't just. That's what's just so frustrating about it. It's like, dude, you got to go to class. You got to do these things. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean?
Can we also talk about the fact is that when he ran into that building and saved that little Asian girl, they said is like, yeah, there's a kid's and they on the second floor. He runs in, the floor almost falls down, and you falls out under him, and it seems like it's like 30 floors down of like flames. I was like, it's a second floor.
Well, also that little girl's parents gave out so quick. They were just like, oh. I was just like, yeah,
we're gonna collect that insurance.
Oh my god, that's terrible.
I was like, well, we wanted a boy anyhow.
Oh boy. Speaking of Asians, dude, when Doc Ock is doing his demo and Harry Osborn, all the investors and stuff are there.
Yeah, she was.
There's a ridiculously hot Asian woman behind him.
Yeah.
Like I was just like
right to his right,
dude. I was like, I would have to go be a creep on IMDb to try to find her because she's
you're wild.
Not a fucking actress, wild. But I was like, gee, like I wrote it down. I was like, who the fuck is that? It was like insane, dude. I'm like, Sam Raimi, who's your casting director?
I'm here for this.
Oh, but Joe McHale's randomly in this. That's the banker who denies the IMA being able to refinance her mortgage and stuff like that. I did write down, during the Aunt May, she being abducted at the bank by Doc Ock, and again, Peter Parker, to her knowledge, has abandoned her in her time of need.
Yep.
By the way, her nephew, and they never bring that up. So it's like, well, clearly she knows that he's Spider-Man. But again, if he's not Spider-Man, you have to come to terms, Aunt May, that your nephew Peter goes to get smack any chance he gets. He's like, she's distracted by Doc Ock. Let me go get some crack. Like, it's so crazy, dude.
Oh god, he kicks her. Here's this like, okay, you're safe. I need to get my hit.
He's like, well, we're not getting this loan. Oh shit, a guy with 4 metal arms is here. Gotta go.
That's why he can't pay his fucking rent. This nigga got little money because he's snorting it all.
Yeah. But Spider-Man's over here swinging, trying to save Aunt May. I'm like, oh, but like if his web block happens, Aunt May dead.
Yes, he's dead because he's on the top of a skyscraper.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like if you're an NYPD at this point, I guess the thing the agreement I've been making with Spider-Man is like, hey, we can deal with any petty crime and stuff like that. You just deal with the weird niggas. You know what I mean? Like any dude that pops up with more than 2 limbs and is trying to like commit crimes, you deal with that shit. Anyone that's flying and committing crimes, you deal with that shit. Everyone on the ground, we can handle. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I think it'd be like there's a limit to this stuff. If you come across something and it's just like, and you can help in the moment, fine, good, do your thing. There's a fire and like we can't get in there. Hey, swing on through. It's like, but if there's some shit and we clearly got a handle on it, just leave us alone.
Yeah.
Like, don't make us look bad. Because that's the other thing. That's the reason the cops wouldn't like it, because he would make them look like they can't do their jobs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The cops are very incompetent in this movie.
Yeah.
It's insane.
In all superhero universes, they're incompetent.
You know who else is actually insane in this movie? Mary Jane. She's not a very good actress. She's forgetting her lines, all because she's either distracted that Peter Parker's not there, or she's distracted when he is there. Yeah. It was crazy when she was like, Aunt May's been to my play. I'm like, Aunt May? Like, I get it that Mary Jane's probably giving out free tickets and stuff like that. But I'm like, Aunt May made it to your show, which means she had to pay for a ticket to and from Queens. Aunt May, who could barely afford her mortgage, she came to see your show. Peter, you fucking up. Like, even as a friend, you fucking up. That's crazy, bro.
But even so, it's just like.
But Mary Jane is a freak though, because she's like, "Hey, fiance, I want to reenact something that got me so wet I can't stop thinking about it." What, made out with Spiderman upside down,
Literally and figuratively.
Yeah, man, that was weird. That was a weird. Mary Jane does some weird shit in this movie. She's pining after Peter, where Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker did nothing between Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 to receive that kind of attention from Mary Jane all of a sudden. Because it's not like he's even very attentive towards her anymore, because he's Spider-Man full time, and he clearly has drug addict behavior. That doesn't make him more attractive.
So you know what? Maybe it's just the fact that Peter now is seemingly the bad boy.
Oh.
Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. Oh. He's giving off crackhead vibes, and she's just like, man, I can fix him. Mary Jane just wants to fix somebody. That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean, and also she tells Peter, she's like, "Don't disappoint me." When he's like, "I want to be at your show tomorrow," she's like, "Don't disappoint me." I'm like, "Who are you? You disappointed me all high school."
Yeah.
I was there for you. I saved you from a green nigga several times. He beat the dog shit out of me, Mary Jane, and my best friend hates me now. Do you know what I did for you?
Mm-hmm. Stop getting in the middle of shit. What about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how many the villains just take Mary Jane, and she's just screaming. Her titties are jiggling, and you're just like, "There's some bad things gonna happen to this young lady." I don't like it. I don't like it. All these villains.
Well, and you know, I guess, and like you said earlier, she doesn't exhibit any of the, any of the telltale attributes of somebody who's like famous or something like that, right? She's not very charismatic. She doesn't bring any oomph, to any of the scenes. She's kind of just there, and then she dates rich and powerful guys, right? So, like, I mean, if you really think about it, Mary Jane is just just a ladder climber. That's all she is.
Yeah, I mean,
or in some cases, if she was dating athletes, she'd be a jersey chaser.
I guess. Yeah, I just think her character's not very well written by the
for sure
that wrote this.
No, but I'm saying in this world, the way they made Mary Jane, she really is nothing special.
No, they even have her like posture while she's slouching over. I wrote that on my notes. Like, why is like Kirsten Dunst got a slouch? Like, is it to not seem so much taller than Tobey Maguire? She's like slouching over during like scenes with him.
So, and that's the thing, and that's why I was kind of like, I just never got her for this role because she never exuded Mary Janeism. Because, like, all right, now, mind you, I'm about to reference the fucking cartoon. The cartoon, Mary Jane was just like, oh, you can see it. Like, everybody wanted a piece of Mary Jane Watson. She was a little baddie. She seemed to be like, she was smart, she was funny, da 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 da. She had little quips that she'd go back and forth with Peter with, stuff like that. And there's a reason he was in love with her. Why everyone was in love with her. In this, it's just like, she just seems like some basic ass chick who wants to be an actress who's not even really a good actress. But it seems like she's fucking her way to the top. Because she's not a good actress, yet she's getting all these opportunities. She used to date Harry. Now she's dating the son, astronaut, who's the fucking son of the editor of the newspaper. It's just like, they really downplayed her character in here. So, like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, Mary Jane should be a bombshell. And she should be like the best of the best that like any guy wants. And like, that's why Peter's in love. He's like, he's a high school girl that he was just like, everybody wanted. And like, of course he did too, but he had more access to her because she lived next door.
I mean, he still pines for her because when she, they have that scene in the backyard of their houses and she touches his cheek, he basically has an orgasm.
Yeah. MJ.
And then like Doc Ock is like, beat her poetry. That'll get the panties nice and wet. And then Tobey Maguire's over here like, my heart bleeds.
A flower, a nymph. I'm like, what? Nigga, what are you doing? And Mary Jane's just like, yeah, you know I'm seeing somebody, right? Because you can stop singing shitty ass fucking poetry. You know?
Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny.
Even though, did you ever go through the poetry stage?
I
Brandon,
wrote a few poems here and there.
Yeah, me
I would
too.
read some shit. Yeah,
Me too.
Some,
no, it got me laid. It got me laid. My first piece of pussy came off some poetry shit.
I never like performed poetry. I never got into slam poetry. Dude, there was
Oh, no, I didn't do
competitions
that
in Michigan. Oh, slam poetry shit. That shit was wild. Be like, other than my life. Like, what? You're like oppression, assault on my body and mind.
Lose yourself. You
like,
never
how
live
long
your
is
life
this?
looking for the future.
Seriously. Like, this competition is 3 hours? There's 3 hours in this?
I remember what I did was I wrote a song for this girl. and I made sure that my folder where the song was going to be in the area where it could be found. Man, that's all I needed. That's all I needed. Next thing you know, but that was my girlfriend. She ended up being my girlfriend after that. But that was a mistake.
Oh my God. That was a mistake.
Yeah, it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. We did get some letterbox reviews pulled by our producer, Lluvia, on Spider-Man 2 that she thought we should read. First one is from Alba, who wrote Alfred Molina put his whole octopusy in this. 4 out of 5 stars. Okay.
I mean, he did a great job with this.
Yeah, he did a great job. Seth's Reviews wrote, it's a damn shame that this is 20 years old and we still haven't had a superhero film with nearly as much sauce since. Unsure the levels will ever be replicated. 5 out of 5 stars. Okay.
I disagree.
Yeah, I think it still holds up in a lot of ways, but it doesn't hold up as I don't think it holds up as great as like The Dark Knight or something like that. I think this movie, in retrospect, we've seen better performances out of like a Mary Jane, out of a Peter Parker, and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's more balanced. So we see more balanced performances.
Yeah. Even though opening credits, man, there's a lot of stuff that Sam Raimi was in his bag on in this. Like I said, the opening credits was dope. The visual effects were amazing. The Doc Ock arms still to the point where like they were like the way they did it in No Way Home, they clearly like followed a lot of like the same, like they obviously didn't use puppeteers and stuff like that, but they were able to like replicate that technology enough to be like, oh yeah, this is still dope. Will still wrote, never has there ever been, nor will there ever be, a more disarming, intimidating presence than a confidently topless Alfred Molina. 4.5 out of 5 stars. Yeah, according to UBS trivia, actually, I believe he worked out where he looked like a 1950s weightlifter. He lost weight to resemble that kind of shape because he was like never going to be like ripped and jacked. So I think it made sense for the character.
Broad chest. Yeah, broad chest. Yeah.
Justin DeClos wrote, my Spider-Man is a fucking loser. 5 out of 5 stars. Okay. Robert Franco wrote, if I were Peter Parker, I'd simply be Spider-Man and let myself get pussy. What an idiot. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Carson.
I mean, myself get pussy. That sounds weird.
Let's be real. Like Peter Parker, like Spider-Man could be fucking all night.
Oh yeah. And with a mask on.
He just drops with the mask on. It just drops by like, some hot chicks out from like, night clubbing and stuff. He's like, hey ladies. And one of them's like, I'm going to fuck you right now. Let's go to an outlet. You know what I mean? Or he's like, oh, I can make a web bed up there, baby. Come on now. All right. Karsten wrote.
Also, hold on. That web bed that he made for them at the end of the movie, ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane.
And then him fucking perched on the side.
Well, we've also talked about this in part 1. What happens to the webbing? Does it dissolve? Like, what the fuck goes on with the webbing?
That's true.
Because if it's really hard, it sticks. He's creating a lot of property damage constantly.
Yeah. Because nobody can get this shit off of him.
To the point where it's like, is this worth it as taxpayers? like, should we just stop Spider-Man?
Maybe that's why Jonah Jameson hates him so much.
Yeah, maybe.
Clean up.
And then Karsten on Letterboxd wrote, slept on this for too long. Kind of exactly what a superhero movie should be and more. 4.5 out of 5 stars. And then we did get some Patriot thoughts on Spider-Man 2. Remember, folks, when you sign up Patreon at patreon.com patreon.com/media popcorn. You're guaranteed to have your thoughts and reviews of that movie read on that episode. So first one is from Jeffrey McKinney. He wrote, I'm not a Tobey Maguire fan, so it was nice to see Alfred Molina at him. So much angst. Okay. And then your mom's side nigga wrote, easily the second best Spider-Man movie. I don't know how Sam Raimi fucked up Spider-Man 3 after making this masterpiece. Face palm. Well, we'll talk about that when we do Spider-Man 3, because there's a lot of reasons why that movie fell apart.
A
but
lot of them are Tobey.
I think it's Tobey, Sam Raimi, and the studio, because the studio shoved Venom down his throat.
That's true.
And so that's one of the biggest missteps ever. So, all right. I mean, there are some stuff that still hold up in this movie. Like, I loved, like, him accidentally forgetting that he put his uniform in the laundry, so all the shit's like red and blue. Like little stuff like that. And Kirsten Dunst, I think, is pretty hot still. Even though, again, Tobey Maguire looks more like a drug addict than exhausted in the scenes where he's supposed to be Peter Parker tired. It's insane. Did you ever have a landlord that came to you every first of the month and was like, rent? No. Did you ever have a guy like that? Okay. No. I had a guy. He lived up the street from the building, and every first of the month he'd be like, Brandon, where's the rent? Tati still like imitates it sometimes. It gives me goosebumps. It was so creepy.
Yeah, that wouldn't sit well with me.
He would come down the hallway and be like, where's the rent?
Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like that. Even I have the money. I'm like, fuck you. Leave me alone.
Oh, like the old building I lived on 27th Street in Astoria. The family, like half the building was the landlord's family. Yeah. I remember one time, because we had to leave the checks under her door, right? This woman, Shama. We had to leave the checks under her door. One time I think I paid like 3 months rent just because I got a refund from grad school where I got like a bunch of money. So I was just like, let me just pay rent so I don't have to worry about this for a while, right? Yeah. So I paid like 3 months. The second month that looks like the first or second of the second month, at the deli up the street, the corner deli, she's like, Brandon, you didn't pay the rent. She's saying this in front of all these motherfucking people. I was like, I'm gonna get you fucked up. Like, you got me fucked up if you're gonna be doing this in public. That's insane. I called the landlord immediately. I'm like, dude, she's doing this in public. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. So I'm so sorry. I'm like, you lucky I'm gonna I could cancel this check. This is fucking harassment. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, and I did pay it.
Yeah.
I paid you for 3 months up front, you dickhead.
Yeah. But folks, help us pay our rent by subscribing to Patreon at patreon.com/media popcorn. You get access to hundreds and hundreds of bonus hours of content, videos. You get to interact with Justin and I, and get a shot from Idris Elba. So it all goes to help the show. Patreon.com/media popcorn. Now, I haven't said that, Justin. Break down our rating system, baby, so we can finally rate this movie.
Sure thing. Stop calling me baby. Guys, you know how we do this. We rate movies back to popcorn, small, medium, large, and the XL for the exceptional. If a film doesn't deserve any hot, buttery, delicious popcorn, we throw it into the stale popcorn pile. We pile piles and piles of stale popcorn on top of it. So, Brandon, we sat down. We watched the 2024 superhero film Spider-Man 2, starring Tobey Maguire, Kristen Dunst, Alfred Molina. What say you, sir?
Yeah, this gets a large. A few weeks ago, I probably would have given it an XL based on like what I remembered, but actually like sitting down, taking notes, watching it, I'm like, oh, like it's good. It's still really good. It's just not great from end to end like I used to think it was. It wasn't flawless like I used to think it was. Now that I've seen more iterations of Peter Parker, Mary Jane, just seeing what these movies can be, I'm like, oh, it's still good. And like it influenced a lot of superhero movies, but it's not a GOAT status like I used to think it was, which isn't terrible. Yeah. Like I still enjoy watching it and stuff. But yeah. Justin, what's your rating?
Yeah, so I'm going to give this a large as well. And like, yes, I'm not a fan of Mary Jane, in this franchise. I don't think that necessarily takes away from this movie specifically, but I do think that there are some glaring holes, in the characterization. Also, the acting by Tobey Maguire in this film is very much, nerfed by what Alfred Molina is doing. And even in some cases what James Franco's doing, even though James Franco's getting a little bit too crazy in this one. But some things kind of just
episode 3 or whatever.
I know. I remember
cuckoo bananas in that one.
But like some things just didn't quite add up, which kind of knock it down a peg. But again, just like you said, that doesn't take away from the fact it's like this is a really good fucking movie, and it's like one of the best superhero movies ever made.
Apparently, in 2002, Michael Chabon, whose books I actually really enjoy, was hired to rewrite the script. His draft initially had a younger Doc Ock who becomes infatuated with Mary Jane. His mechanical limbs use endorphins to counteract the pain of being attached to his body, which he enjoys. When he injures two muggers on a date, this horrifies Mary Jane, and the resulting battle with Spider-Man, his tentacles are fused together, and the fusion begins to kill him. In the script, Octavius is the creator of the genetically altered spider from the first film, and gives Peter an antidote to remove his powers. This means when Octavius is dying with his tentacles, he wants to extract Spider-Man's spine to save himself. This leads to an alliance with Harry, a detail which is made into the final finished film. Before Harry and the Daily Bugle put a $10 million price on Spider-Man's head, causing the city's citizens to turn against him. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm glad they didn't go with a younger Doc Ock, but the whole like Daily Bugle $10 million. You could have done that in Sandman and Spider-Man 3, and I think that would have been good.
That would have been a good one.
Especially with him with the black suit.
Exactly.
But then the black suit, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. All right. So, folks, that's a review on Spider-Man 2. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope you are entertained. We're going to keep going. Spider-Man 3 is going to be next in this series. God help us all, because that's when Topher Grace and his blonde hair show up. It's going to be a doozy. As always, you can follow the show at Media MP Podcast on all social media platforms, MediaPopcorn.com for all your Media and Popcorn needs. And then you can follow me at Frodo_Blackens on Instagram and Threads, FrodoBlackens.com for show dates, all that fun stuff. I got some Drum Black History shows coming up, so definitely be sure to check out the website for those. And just how can people follow you as well as support the show financially?
Well, guys, you can follow me at JBrownDinner on all the social media platforms, but you can support this show on Patreon, patreon.com/mediumpopcorn. We have $2, $5, $10, and $15 packages. So if you love the show and you want a little bit more, or if you want to just, check out and just be a part of the conversation, patreon.com/mediumpopcorn. That's where we're at, baby.
Chippity, chippity, bangity, bangity. All right, y'all. Stay safe out there. And remember, with great power comes great responsibility to make a decent sequel.
Yeah, so wear a condom.
All right.